Okay, so I'm back with Rapid Fire with Carol Poore. All right, this is where it gets fun, Carol. What is something you are great at cooking?
Taco salad.
Taco salad. Isn't there a song by the way? Anyway. All right, number 2. What's the best advice you've ever been given?
I love the golden rule, treating others as you would want to be treated. Sounds so simple, but it's the first thing that came to mind.
All right, if you could eliminate one thing from your daily routine, what would it be and why?
Bill paying. Bill paying. I mean, you got to do it, right? And, I'm getting better at this online stuff, but it is such a pain. It just drains me.
What would you like to do if and when you retire?
I always want to be a thought leader. So the word retire isn't really in my vocabulary, but, my purpose is being a thought leader, helping others find and fulfill their purpose. So I want to continue on with workshops, speaking, writing, and imparting some kind of inspirational thought leadership.
What skill do you think everyone should have?
I think some level of leadership is critical for everyone. And that means leadership over your own life to begin with. And then that sense of being able to lead or encourage and inspire others.
Other than your own content, what are you reading or listening to right now?
I'm in a book group with a bunch of people that I used to work with at Salt River Project.
Oh, yeah.
And we meet monthly, and typically we all seem to gravitate toward historic fiction.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So what are some examples? Can you give some titles?
Yes. The one of the last ones we read was a title called Horse. And it is about like this historic horse that was, prominent in horse races during the Civil War. And it was, the horse was trained by a very knowledgeable African-American slave at that time. And it's about his story, and it's about other generations that followed this horse.
Oh, wow.
And it's like 3 or 4 different lives, modern and going back into the Civil War, are woven into one story. And I was really surprised. I thought it was going to be about one thing, and the book was about like 5 different things, but it had a huge social justice theme.
What is the one crazy thing you'd like to do if there were absolutely no consequences?
Probably skydiving.
There you go, Carol.
I always liked the idea of skydiving when I was younger, but now it's like, I don't think I want to break a bone or do anything too crazy or have the parachute not open.
What would you like to be remembered for?
I would love to be remembered for someone that was an inspiration to the people that God placed in my pathway. And that might be my family, friends, people I serve on boards with, but to be an inspiration for purpose, for a greater purpose.
Good. Is there any software or apps that you're using right now that you think would help other people that are listening? We've had success with this where it just helps people like, hey, there's this out there and Carol's using this and somebody's using this. Is there anything that's in your life that's helped you?
I love LinkedIn, and I'll tell you why. I'm a content person. I'm not one that is, I use several different apps where it automatically triggers, a contact for certain things.
Right.
But I am really not favorable for having some app just automatically trigger things that don't come from my voice.
Got it.
And what I love about LinkedIn is I can post articles and thought leadership pieces, and it goes out to my more than 10,000 contacts on LinkedIn. And then I can repurpose that content for my website and other outreaches.
What news sources or other like local sources do you use to stay in touch with your niche within your Arizona development market? In other words, like whether you're in your strategic role or your author role, or is there anything else that you're using to stay connected outside of LinkedIn?
Great question. I'm on the board of Phoenix Community Alliance, which is a downtown advocacy group. So I'm very involved with downtown development and redevelopment and historic preservation. So that's a great information source for me. I'm also involved with the International Association of Strategy Professionals, and that's an international strategic planning organization that has strategists from all types of organizations. So I find a lot of value from that, and then I listen and research different media. I don't listen to just one. Like I love NPR. I like the public broadcasting. I watch CNN and yes, once in a while NBC, Fox News, just to see who's on and what they're saying.
Got it. What's your biggest fantasy and how could you make that happen?
I think it would be to be on a 1 to 2 year around the world trip.
fun.
And I do love to travel. I try to go somewhere. I just got back from Jordan, Egypt, and Istanbul. I was gone for about a month and went with some business colleagues and friends, and then saw my son and his girlfriend in Istanbul. So I like the idea of doing a around the world kind of a trip, and I'll do it one of these days.
You're halfway there. Come on.
I'm halfway there, and the thing is, I like the boots on the ground more than I like cruises.
Yeah.
And I've only been on a couple of cruises, but I do like a lot of walking and seeing sights from like walking the streets.
Good.